That's a big old long house. This house sells for $2. Thinking about building or thinking about buying a knockdown house, you need to really think twice about that.
We're starting here, starting right now. 1, 2, 3. We breathe it in. We feel our hearts, they're pounding, rising up to feel the fire dance wild through our veins. We take a chance and know we'll never be the same. Giving it all we got, giving it all we can, giving it all we got. Oh, climbing up to the top of the world, no fear, we're gonna make it. Everything we want is ours.
Where am I? I am in the midst of a knockdown. We call them factory? Nah, it's just a site. So I came here, I talked to them a little bit about some of the houses. This one is a little bit longer. It's already been sold. The backside open part could be used. I think they're going to build a bathroom on the backside of that one. And this one here is the same as this one here. They basically have, this is going to be the whole porch on there, and then there's basically 2 rooms in here. You can either have one enclosed living room and and a bedroom back there or whatever. These ones are, when it's totally complete, it'll be similar to this, although it's going to be obviously it's going to have enclosed rooms. They don't have any enclosed ones yet. They did already sell that one, but this one is the same. It's going to be a little bit of a step up from the bedrooms and the step up. So the two rooms or whatever, these are CSAN high, or what is 450,000 baht, and you can see it also has the round posts, my dang, actually, and you can if you go higher with them, then it's gonna cost more money. These posts are much higher, and they're square with the same kind of wood. And I forget what she just said. I think this one might be 700,000 or 650. But then if they what they normally do in a lot of these places is they think of their costs, and then they think of the cost to go drop it and build it, especially if it's going to be at everywhere in Thailand, and they build that into the cost and just present the cost. So if this is 750, it's included with what the price would have been to drop it, which is really probably 100,000 to rebuild it and drop it somewhere. That's why you never hear about those ones. You just hear about the prices that were able, the totally complete price. These little bungalows here, those are made for just as she would say, they're made for resorts. Small little seating area in the front, one big room, nice sliding front door, and of course that beautiful wood, can't go wrong there, right? And then this is the back room, which is the same width. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark. Same width and 2.5 meters, I think, wide. And then it's what is that? That's probably 3 meters long. And it's probably 6 meters wide, or 6 meters long and wide. Anyway, these are 225,000. So you really have to think to yourself, what do you really want to do when you're looking for a knockdown house? I always say that if you're thinking about building or thinking about buying a knockdown house, you need to really think twice about that. Not because of don't do it, but more so because you want to make sure the outlay of it or whatever, the kind of wood you're going to get the way it's built, that all those things are considered when doing it. You can easily go walk in on one of these places and say, oh wow, this place looks awesome, it's beautiful. But if you look closer, you can see whether or not that's built, you know, with wood that's thick or wood that's thin, wood that's old versus new, and certainly things like the the posts. You know, it's very, very popular to have those big, thick tree trunk posts, which are obviously probably optimal because they're going to last forever. But it's definitely, I think, a plus in terms of the knockdown, because, you know, just it's all in the word, right? The word knockdown. You can actually knock it down and move it somewhere else. You know, here I'm in the middle of the country. If I wanted to, I could have a team come out and knock down my house, bring it to the beach in the south, or bring it to the mountains in the north for pretty cheap, probably less than $1,000 or $1,500. Move the whole entire house, take it all the way down, because they're able to remove it by unbolting everything and pulling nails, because that's how it's assembled, with nails and bolts. You're not going to be able to do that with other houses, like prefab houses. Sometimes prefab houses are called knockdown. I think I saw some on this road, but sometimes they're called knockdown, but they're not. They're welded. How can that be knockdown? So anyway, in the true fashion of knockdown houses, these you can get everything from these little small ones for a couple $100,000. So what's that, 225? That's 4 times 3 is, I don't know, that's less than $5,000, right? Or just, no, it's 7 times 3 is 21. So yeah, about $7,000 for that one, for this house. And again, they just bring it and put it anywhere. This house, like I said, is 400. This will be 450,000, and it will look, it's totally enclosed. It'll look just like this. It'll have beautiful doors and windows on it, and it is yeah, 3 meters by, so that's 6 by 8. I think that's a 6 by 8. And this is the same one. It's just that they're further progressed on it. You know, they got some more stain going on the wood. It's not lacquered yet, but it's gonna be. This is a huge house. This is I can already see that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 different roof areas. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different posts going across. Massive underneath. Plenty of space underneath here. You don't even worry about bringing a big old truck. You can park your trucks in here. These are always going to be built usually wide enough for a vehicle to back it in. We do at my house, and my house I think is smaller than this house, but for sure this house, when it's finished, will be, I think she said this one's going to be about maybe 4 million, something like that. But this is what I was talking about. If you look, this wood is pretty thick. This is solid wood. It's thick for the walls. You know, on some of these houses you go to, you'll see that the wood is not actually that thick, and you may see that if the house has construction where they're trying to make it a double wall, so they use 2 thin pieces to try and make it a double wall with wood in the middle, which is, to me, it's just a haven for things to crawl, you know, rats or whatever, something nest. These ones you can't do it. That's your wall right there. So there's nothing you need to worry about. And it seems like, oh, it's only a thin wall, like the heat's going to get to it. No, it's not. And that wall is going to get hot, but so is your cement wall. So there ain't a whole lot of difference. It's a huge walkway to go in and up on all of these. And if you need, if you need an extra piece of wood, you can come in here and they'll share that with you too. This house here, which is currently almost completely ready, with the exception of the glass, because they wait for the glass before they put the glass in, because one, they want you to pick the glass color and style. It can be, textured or just plain, any color. And also, you know, it keeps the wind going through, keeps the house cool during the building, and also when it's ready. So you can see this house is super long. That's a big old long house. This house sells for 2.5 million baht, which to me, obviously my house only costs 1 million baht, but it's nothing like this house. It might be a little taller, certainly, and this one you can still park sedan underneath here, but it's also massive pillars. Huge foyer, or not foyer, but just your lanai here. Another wide sweeping staircase that goes up into here. Another split level over here. Drops down for another seating. So when it gets too hot or the rain might get you in here, you can move up in here. In the first room, this is what I like about this one is that this first room, which is a 3x3, I think, 3x4. It's right off the front, so it's actually like a guest room that has its own entrance. You basically could lock up your whole house and then have an entrance, or have you know, have somebody, if somebody's going to be visiting or something, you go, hey man, I'm not there yet, but your key is under the mat or whatever. They can get in there and hang out in there while you're gone. And the main entrance, of course, these are always sliding doors. Again, your glass. This is again, I think this is a 3x8 large living area. Another bedroom at 3x3. This is another bedroom, the bigger one, which is going to be 3x6, right? Or 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 3x3, and this is 8. Or no, maybe it's 9. But yeah, it's pretty cool. This is a nice one. I like this one. I could do something with this space. I like the two rooms are right off to the side. This is going to be your master bedroom, probably another guest room. Then you got that third one. That's 3 rooms right there. This is a room. This is actually another room. You can do what you want with it, but you know, they kind of build it as an everything room or a storage room. Here you have the door that just goes off the back, and that's where you wind up building your bathroom, right? You can build it at your level, or you can build it below ground, make it out of cement, whatever you want to do, and they can do that too for you. I also like about this room is it's got these kind of cool looking square windows that are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different windows in this room, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, this is, yeah, maybe that's it. This is a 3x6, I think, and then the longer one is a 3x8. But yeah, it's very cool. All made of wood that is, you know, hardwoods. Different hardwoods. You got the redwoods, both, you know, call them Thai redwoods, but usually from Myanmar or even Malaysian redwoods. I'm still looking at some of these. Beautiful though. You can see how, I don't know if the camera shows it, but these pillars are, you know, pretty nice, pretty large. They're actually even larger. There's probably even I'd say a good 3 inches or more on the outside of these that have actually been removed in the process of making it straight, right? Because the tree comes old and it might be a little bit bent, and then they you know, keep chopping it down and then making it with some of the most crude tools. They use saws and stuff to cut it down, but then they'll even use machetes if they have to clean it up, and then even a grinder. I've seen them use a grinder with a sanding wheel on it, like a buffer wheel, just to keep going around the edges to make it nice. And yeah, but anyway, And of course, anything else that on all these knockdown houses, what you can do is you can always customize them. So if you came in and you saw this and you told them, hey, can you not have the wall between these rooms, or put a door between that room and that room, or whatever, they can do all that. They'd probably no problem. And you can actually even add if you wanted to. This house is quite large, but if you had a smaller house, you know, one of these ones that are, they're like, well, actually they're building one that's a huge one, but some of these other ones I show you were like 450,000. You want to throw another bedroom on there? No problem. You know. But yeah. So I think this is the longest one they have in here, and it is quite. Let me see if I can see that. It is quite big. This one is actually smaller. You can see it's got. This is going to be, what's that? That's probably going to be another 11 meters maybe. And so if that one was, I think what did I say? She wanted $2.5 million for that one. And as they become more popular, you know, they're going to get more expensive. But like any of these houses, any of these places that are building houses, you can hit them up for, you know, serious discounts, especially if they haven't been selling them. So, you know, this place is a pretty big operation. They have a few that they've already sold because they're contracting them out, trying to make them from resorts. But there's a few that they haven't. You know, I think the ones they're building, the ones that they build a little bit slower in terms of the task with the work crew, those ones they haven't actually sold out yet, but they know they want to build them out. So they're starting to build them, and then, you know, when they have slow down over here, they'll go ahead and put those guys back on and start building it. So the ones that are 250,000 or 225,000, you know, a lot of them, same like that one back there, it's already got power and everything. Those are no problem for them to build. Throw a few of those up, and then they just wait and people come by them. The smaller ones are 450,000. They'll wind up, you know, taking those to order, talk about them when people come, like when I do, and then they can finish that up in a matter of, you know, a couple weeks probably. The bigger ones that are, you know, like $2.5 million and stuff like that, there's some logistics involved in that if you want to custom build it and stuff like that. But because it's twins, because it's already built and ready to go, you know, they're gonna need to take it all down, unbolt it, and take it all down to bring it to your house or to your land and build it. And that's a whole process too. You can be involved in that. You can come down here and watch them take it down if you want, and you wind up witnessing just how truly, you know, knocked down the house is, because they do that. Now I see a lot of times now with some of the support ones are using these cap bolts just like I do for a lot of my stuff now. But, you know, invariably there's going to be a lot of nails. There's a lot of nails in my house, and they will use nails as they do here, just in some of the supporting blocks and stuff like that. But they definitely are always going to do bolts. These bolts aren't cinched down super tight. I can tell they're tight, but they still want to be able to spin it off, right? Because the house will also, and for the most part, depending on how far the journey is, they will deliver the house in pieces. So this will be all taken apart and disassembled. The stairs will probably remain intact in 2 pieces, so, you know, but all the pillars and all that stuff will come down by itself. All these pillars will come down by themselves, but they'll jack up the house, and maybe the whole porch will be removed. But this extra storage room and the back bedroom can be on one truck, you know, and the other room on one truck. They would just bring it and deliver it to that location. And I can see they have a lot of, you know, this is a pretty big yard. They have a lot of old wood. This house, I think, is very similar, if not the exact same copy as this one. No, it's smaller. That's right. It's smaller in terms of its length. I need darn die by. I'm gonna go up here and see how small this is. It's already, I see the catch. I was worried that it had sticky stuff already. You can see the pillars. These are got the low profile pillars. Staircase is about as wide. Front porch's area is smaller. Just a simple front porch. It's got an actual open door instead of a sliding door. It's actual door handles. And this is again got the back door. You can put the bathroom off there. These are, it's almost like that storage room over there, but they got the longer windows, so you still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think it's actually very similar to that one over there. That's $2.5 million, but it's just that, you know, they're using the design and different components of this house. Bedrooms are sliding. Oh wow, this is a pretty big one. This room here, this has got to be, that's probably 3 by 6 maybe. And then the slides open in here, so you actually could, this is what I was talking about. That's actually almost exactly what I was talking about customizing it. So you got the front bedroom over here, whatever you want to call this, your den, and then you have a double doors opens up into the master bedroom. Then you have 2 doors, so they could be 2 bedroom doors, where you just also, you know, you still have 2 separate bedrooms, but you share with your friend or whatever, or you open up the doors so you guys can hang out, whatever. I like that setup. And again, plenty of window space. So yeah, this is actually pretty cool. It looks like they've already pulled some of the wires in this one. I don't know if they might have already sold this one. Again, right off the back. Let's see, bringing a big old plate of soup down. But yeah, very nice, very nice. And that's actually quite, you know, adequate. This is a pretty big living room, and you got 2 rooms there. You know, if I was living with just me and my wife or whatever, I could definitely live in this space, opt for this space. There's plenty of space. I could even build a little kitchen area in the back right here if I wanted to, and still have a living room area up in here, and then, you know, the whole double bedroom or den and bedroom, where you want to get going. Or you could, you know, like I said, if you're going to build your bathroom off the back, if it's concrete you want to make it, you could do your whole outdoor kitchen and bathroom right off the back there. That would not be a problem, and it wouldn't cost much more money either. Now I'm starting to rethink my house. But yeah, so it's big. This is the big seating area down here. That's where it's all open and wide. And this is just a little, looks like the extra little waiting area. I don't know how to quite describe them sometimes, but you know, it's pretty awesome. I like this one. I don't know what the price is. It's not much different than that one. It's definitely at least $1 million baht or something. What is that?นี่บ้านกี่มีแล้วนี่11 มีแล้วยาวนะคือว่าอะไร
เล็กได้ยาว
Oh, my bad. Okay. I'm quick up to it. Yeah, Dad over there just hanging out. Yeah, I think it's like 11 meters. It might be close to the exact same size as my house. Or no, maybe mine is longer. I could just do it like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's probably 11 or 12. 11 or 12 meters long. But it's definitely pretty cool. And they make little, you know, while they're here, they make quarters for the guys to, workers to stay in. Do all the work right here on site, piece by piece. We're in a concrete house, brick by brick. But yeah, this house over here looks similar to that one, but it's got round square pillars versus round. They're making this smaller one. I think they said they already sold it, but they are making it like to order, to request, as a request. The guy wanted to actually have walls like this, which, hey, they can build anything, you know, because in this way, even though it's got the wood wall panels going vertical, that's a solid, you know, it doesn't have that design like the other houses do and like mine does. It's a solid one. Same with here. It's going to be like that throughout this house. So the guy, you can see from this wall over there too, it's a solid wall, I mean, it's, well, solid panels going vertical, and it'll be on both sides. So, which probably makes this one a little bit more expensive, because you're going to get a double wall, and it's going to be, you know, all huge pieces, right? So here you have the single wall on that side, then there's going to be another one on the outside, you know. So yeah, that looks pretty nice though. I like the way that looks. It will look amazing when it's actually finished. You can see how the electrical is. It's usually just ran through the ceiling, supported. That's probably temporary supports until they get the roof going up in there. But yeah, this is another, again, this is just one room with a nice big balcony, small storeroom on the front, and then one other room on the back. So 2 rooms, 1 storage room, or actually you can probably make that in your little kitchen. That's actually probably pretty adequate too. You could have them make, like I said, that pass-through door that's in the middle of that other one, something small like this, or it's small, but it's actually adequate. You could still live in this house, no problem. You have a nice bedroom there for yourself. You could open that up, have that into a nice little sitting area, a computer room, or den, or whatever, TV room. Over here is your kitchen. Off the back, you could make your bathroom. Then you have this whole front seating area. You could do all that in this little house, which actually looks like it's about, let me stay here, 1, 2, 6, yeah, it's probably 8 by 10 or 8 by 12. Yeah, and again, almost all these, we look around here, we see the brown tile on all the roofs, but you can get any color. You know, you just have to give them that advance time so they can order it, or you could go buy it and bring it to them, I suppose. But yeah, man, there's a lot of great possibilities to work with respect to the wood. It's lunchtime right now, so everybody's chilling. The dad, he actually drives taxi here in the province. He says, yeah, I'm always dropping people in your village. We're not far from here. This is just on this road. If you go on this main road, there are plenty of people that are building houses. Some of the operations are bigger than others, some smaller, but all of them are willing to work with you. This again looks like one of the smaller, and it's also in its unfinished state, so it doesn't have the first coat of wood stain on it or anything like that. It's not sealed up, but it's ready. These are some pretty tall poles, man. Pretty tall. Well, I think I'm gonna let them eat lunch and go on down the road. I'm gonna try and get out a couple of them today to look at. This is the first one. I'm probably repeating myself with some of this stuff, but hey, man, gotta do what you gotta do. It's all right. So again, yeah, I'll get right back at you.